What's up, guys? It's Drac, and can I speak to the manager? Nah, I go to a Hispanic barber now, and I don't really know how to make it lay the way that it needs to. So in the interest of not having the worst hair day on camera, we're gonna go with the very classic sunglasses are now hairband look. Anyway, Luke sent over a box. Which Luke? We'll never know. But luckily the intro of this box is from my friend Luke. Is ubiquitous. It applies to both Lukes. So this is a box from outofdarts.com, has a brand new Worker blaster in it, and we're excited to bust it out and review it for you. So happy new year, guys. Not big on resolutions over on this channel, but we got some plans, some schemes, if you will, some stuff that we're cooking up for the new year. Excited to bring you guys New York Toy Fair coverage. That's coming up real soon. And then we have a pretty big adventure heading out over to Asia for almost a month. So this is the Worker Kunlun bolt action sniper blaster pre-order in orange. Luke tends to have things in orange. I learned recently that sometimes that's an exclusive color to Luke, but this is the Worker Kunlun, or Kunlun. I don't actually know what the correct pronunciation is. What is this? This is kind of cool. So Luke is adopted to just encouraging people to dye his magazines. Coda, mags to die for. I love it. I think that that's great. People have started dyeing those fun and funky colors. I like seeing people match their magazines to their competitive loadouts to their jersey colors. That's always a blast. So, comes in a pretty tight package. Hats off to Luke and his team. This is the kind of thing that you could ship in the box just kind of as it is, but he double packaged it for security and safety. Boxes aren't cheap, guys. All the way from China, we have this. And it looks like he has included the Ganon 0727 spring. So I assume that this is an upgrade spring specifically for this blaster. Here's a little handful of darts, a spattering, a soupçon, if you will, an aperitif of Worker darts. And then inside, we got some assembly required. It looks like the product comes with the back end. And Worker's been doing a really good job of this recently. This was like very touch and go back in the days when it was like the X-Zeus, not the X-Zeus, the follow-up to the X-Zeus, the Ceta. I guess it was the Jet X, and then it was the Ceta. Took a little while to get there, but now, ooh, shells that make you go, ooh. Worker's just gotten good at this. That's all there is to say about it. The assembly is going to be really good. I can tell already it's their usual pin, kind of upper, lower, front, back assembly. But the rubberized overmolding that they've started putting on things, the feature that I really like on the machine pistol, the Nightingale 2.0, is just by default on this. There's a lot of metal on here in all the right places. So this overmolded rubber is on all the touch points. You've got it there in the stock, and you can tell I'm just wearing a normal t-shirt here. That's a good angle. And it's not moving. I mean, it's good stuff. It's a good grip. I like it a lot. And then you've got the same thing going on in the grip down here. This is not a mag in grip blaster, so they've got a metal butt plate here. The machining is good on it, and it's smooth. It's got a good, again, like good touch point here. I want to say that the blaster will rest on the flats of it. So I imagine separate, it'll go there. Flat, it'll go there. We'll see if it has good balance, but that's kind of nice in and of itself. This appears to be our barrel. And you can already start to see some of the quality components of this. And what used to be like a quality upgrade, you know, massive value add, is just quickly becoming the default with a lot of these made to manufacture blasters of Asia. So, you know, we've got a skinny pusher by default. We've got a metal pusher by default. We've got a air relief hole in the pusher by default. We've got a rubber gasket here for cushioning. It looks like we have a full metal plunger tube and a full metal plunger, as well as, I can't tell you what the sear is inside, but the trigger is metal, so I have to imagine that that entire system is metal and metal and metal. Metal! It's pretty good. It's pretty good. So we can tease that in there. We'll use the default spring. No, we won't. No, we won't. Luke sent us a better spring. We're gonna use the better spring. And it looks like that's gonna be remarkably easy to install here. So let's pop that out, drop that out. What's the difference here? That's that amount of squishy, and this is a much easier amount of squishy. So we're definitely gonna use the one that's less squishy. Less squishy, mo better. Oh, guys, I changed my mind. We do have a resolution over here. Our resolution is way more fun making videos. And let me tell you, We're having a great time. All right, inside this little baggie, we have extra stuff. It looks like these are screws for attaching the accessories, a worker scar, which at this point is pretty outclassed, but you know, it's not like everybody, including worker, doesn't have a premium option for a scar. All right, so let's get this out of the package here. And this is, of course, a mag-fed bolt-action sniper rifle. Nobody tell Coop we'll bring him out of retirement, one sniper rifle at a time. I do like that workers started doing this as well. There's like a cosmetic magazine for a lot of these blasters. Ooh, that's what all those gym hours go into. Separating tape for bag. What is this? This is another bag, and in this bag we have... They're metal, the metal side rails. So we can attach all of those. And then inside here you've got the cosmetic magazines. I like these a lot. They've done them for a few things. Back in my day, we would call these like mini mags or sniper mags. They're pretty cute. I liked those. This is nice. Obviously, it's not going to hold itself in place without being attached to the magazine release down in here, but this should be super easy. Barely an inconvenience. Now, we do need to find the pins in the package to cinch this thing together, and we'll probably attach the barrel. I think that that's a good fit. All right, we're going to attach the barrel. It goes in here, and then we're gonna put this back in there, and then that's on, that's on, that's on. These were not pins, they were screws. When you're done, you can go ahead, take your hex key and put it in there for safekeeping so you won't lose it. Sometimes there's like storage in the back here. It's not storage. The butt plate is just, there will be no tactical skittles in your Kunlun career. Let's take this. Dump out our smorgasbord of worker darts, put those in the mini mag, and we're so close. Is this a 6-round or a 5-round? 5 comfortably, 6 for sure. The instructions state specifically, use it like a bolt action, dummy. You know how bolt actions work. Are they saying, no, it's step 7 is put magazine in, not fit 7 darts. Got it. You could buy a bipod for it. Or you could use an old Vulcan bipod, that would be lit. Highly recommending you put your cap on. Let's friction fit that sucker on there. All right, and we are good to go. What should we go with? I don't know, we're not tactical enough. So pretty right hand dominant blaster here. You're gonna want your left hand centered, probably here is where I would put it, and then up. That was we put the big boy spring in. I'm just saying you can feel it. All right, then we chambered, and what's in this box?
There's a box right here.
Oh, that
is why it's there.
Alrighty, fair enough. Safety is on, guys. We're gonna click that off. Again, a very right-hand dominant control, and oh, bullseye. The target was roughly 8 inches in front of the blaster, but we hit it dead on. Prime, back, forward, chamber, and this thing's pretty sick. It's a lot of fun. I'm not gonna shoot the baffles in our new lighting setup, but you know, you come back, prime down, you get to see your bolt and all the grease through there, which is kind of interesting. Come up, chambering is clean. I don't think you have to lock this down, but it definitely ensures that you're like fully seated in there. Let's see if we can fire with the bolt slightly open. Yep. You know, it's a Chinese blaster, like safety is as safety does, right? This thing slaps. We're gonna have to get you guys a chrono reading. I think given the skinny pusher, we can mag open, mag reload. So that's what it looks like with a full-size Talon in it. Doesn't like to gravity drop. Here's an old school Talon. Here's a Dart Zone Talon. That looks pretty good in it. Anything else that we want to try? Here's a Talon with a 3D printed greebly on it. Surprise, guys, it works with all of the various Talons. I think that means it won't work with the X-Shop magazine, but that's okay. Overall, you know, pretty. There's no dart in here. Can we load it manually? That's a good question. Like a true sniper, if we do this, and tease that in there, will it? No. Sad. All right, well, we've created a jam that I don't know if we know how to solve. Where'd it go? Did we chamber it? Oh my gosh. We did. We chambered it backwards. So now it is, in fact, jammed.
Just blowing through the other end.
Yeah, what could possibly go wrong? It's slowly moving through the barrel. We're gonna get you FPS readings in just a second after we hit her with the old ramrod. All right, so with an average FPS of just over 300, I mean, we're talking like 315, 320, some outliers in the 330s. This thing is smoking. Now, it ought to be. If you're not getting max performance, then like, why did you go to the trouble of going bolt actions? It is slick. For the low price of $200, which is, you know, a lot of money for a primary, but these days seems to be only a little bit above the average. Most people are paying between like $130, $150 for like your average Chinese injection molded machine. It comes with all the features that you're looking for, i.e. it has a safety, a mag release, a trigger, and a priming mechanism, and none of the stuff you don't. There's no extra optics, there's no extra grip. It's got metal everything, so it's pre-upgraded. In a lot of ways, the rubber is exactly where you want it to and relatively comfortable. The built-in iron sights are okay, but I mean, you're getting 1.5 FPS to every dollar you spend, which is honestly pretty good. I'm used to closer to 1-to-1 in this category. So it's a pretty solid blaster. It's large. Is it competitive? Well, does your competitive environment allow for this level of
Ooh, the light died.
Nice!
Awesome.
Well, does your competitive level allow for like this level of FPS? I mean, most are capping out at 250 for springers, but if it does, or if you have like a long range kind of super stock sort of modified game type that you guys play, I mean, this is pretty cool. There's a lot of role play elements to it as well. I mean, like it's fun having a bolt action blaster. I just put a dart like ba-dum-bum-bum and pachinkoed it over Nick. I mean, obviously, like, highly recommend picking up stuff at outofdarts.com. I think it's hard to give this anything but a thumbs up. Its dollar to performance ratio is great. It's got a super clean shell. Worker's gotten real good at this injection molded design. The lines are good. It's got curvature without looking super organic, and it's like slightly industrial. I mean, it's solid. You've got like a few creature comforts like built-in tool storage. I wish we had built-in Skittles storage, just putting it out into the universe. But, you know, overall, it's a really solid design that clearly takes a lot of inspiration from their previous blasters, but also what they wanted out of a bolt action. I went ahead and threw my sticker on it as well. I thought that would be cute, but that's my review. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think of it. Let me know in the comment section below what you think of the editing in this video, because I still don't know what they're gonna leave in or not. But I'll see you guys in the next one. We're working on some pretty cool stuff. Looking forward to announcing those projects as well. That should be happening in January, and then Toy Fair coverage. It'll be on us before we know it. Much love, blast on, Drac out.